Um, I have not done this on desktop before. I always do this on mobile, so I'm getting used to the interface. Hey, folks. I think there's one person watching. Heyo. Um, let's see here. I just want to make sure this is all forwarding to all of my channels. Well, yep, we got it on Twitter. Let's check YouTube and Tumblr. Say hi in the chat. The few of you who are here get chatting about I don't know what. I got a couple of things to talk about today, but hey. Oh, thanks for the likes, Ashley. Hi, Shiba Life. Shiba Inus. They're good. Those are good dogs. Been seeing a lot of good dogs recently. I didn't used to be that, like, pet person who was always like, oh, look at the cute animal, but I am kind of becoming one. Oh, thank you, Mary. I am feeling mostly better. I was sick. I kind of got a cold last week, and then I had to spend a whole day outside. I had this really long day on Saturday. I had to wake up at like 4 a.m. and go to Philadelphia, um, and stand at a booth selling merch at a Quidditch tournament all day, which is great. And I'm very lucky. I get to do things like that in my life. But when you have a cold, it wasn't the best. So I don't think that helps my cold, but I am better now. I've been taking it easy. I'm also eating a brownie. So I'm at a co-working space right now. And the great thing about co-working spaces is free food. So excuse me while I eat this brownie while I talk to you. It's a very tasty brownie. Mm-mm-mm. Thanks for all the plus ups, dudes. And insert gender neutral version of dude if you don't like dude as a gendered term. Good question, Shiba. So, a co-working space is a space. It's like a building or a part of a building where people can usually pay to go work. So, people who don't have an office that they work out, whether because they are freelance people, because they work for themselves, or maybe they work remotely for a company or organization. So, you can go into this space and kind of have more typical like office environment to work in instead of working from your couch every day, which is fun and really good for days when maybe you're sick or have a lot of things to do at your house. But it's nice to be a part of a community as well. So I actually work out of a place called Civic Hall, which is a cool community space in New York City. They work on a lot of things that combine civic and tech. And I'm actually doing a residency with them right now. So with most co-working spaces, including Civic Hall, you usually have to pay to use those spaces. But I'm a part of like a cool program where currently, at least for now, while I'm a resident, I don't have to pay to use this space. So this brownie is so many levels of free, and it's very tasty. I think it's like an espresso brownie or something. Alright, good. Um, what are you guys eating? It's like 3 o'clock. It's mid-afternoon snack time. Actually, it might not even be 3 o'clock where you are. You should all tell me both where you're at, generally. We don't need to get creepy. Just, what time zone you're in and what you're eating if you're eating food. Mary ate candy. Nice. I'm just reading through your comments. I wasn't reading them for a bit. Oh, cool. I'm in Manhattan right now, too, Annalise. And high five for that free food. Are there going to be more transmission podcasts? Let me finish chewing first. Um, There will be so many more transmission podcasts. I just need to get my life together. I actually just today, I've been working out like a schedule, like a daily schedule thing, because I have so many different things that I do, and the one that I've really been failing at doing for a long time is getting more podcast sound. I have at least one episode, like one interview, that I just need to finish editing that should be really easy to get up, but for whatever reason, I'm just really struggling to get the podcast up. But I've got so many more people to interview and so many ideas and so many things I want to do for it, so I just need to do it. So yeah, transmission will be coming back as soon as I can. I mean, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Lucas asked if I'm using YouNow or YouTube. I'm on YouNow, but it should be embedding on YouTube as well. I'm not sure if you can watch it live on there. I think you can. Let's see, Colorado, Orlando. Listen off the people, all the places people are from. Annalise just had some Campbell's soup. Ashton eating some pizza rolls. That sounds good. Oh, 10 p.m. in Finland. Wow. Thanks for watching from Finland. I love Scandinavian countries. I've never been to Sweden or Norway or Finland, though I really, really want to go. But I did go to Iceland this summer, and I am obsessed. I wanted to go there forever, but after going, I just love it even more. Whatever Matters from Orlando said that me asking what everyone was eating reminded them that they should go get food. Yes, self-care. Drink some water, everyone. Get some snacks if you haven't had food in a while. Ireland with a can of Coke. That sounds good. I was also in Ireland this summer. Freaking loved it. Also, I've been to Ireland several times though. I've been lucky in that way, and I really like Ireland. I have Irish roots in my family. Also, apparently my hair looks ginger. You know, I get that a lot, especially, so my hair is like dark blonde. This is weird lighting. But it turns extra blonde over the summer, like from the sun, and it apparently makes me look like a ginger, because the past couple of years, I keep having, like, gingers come up to me and being like, fellow ginger, and I'm like, I'm not, I don't think. And I've been getting a lot of comments recently on my videos that people think I look like Ed Sheeran, which is weird. That's new. That is new. People saying I look like Ed Sheeran. Also, probably a sign. I mean, I just don't know what I'm doing with my hair lately. We want to talk, since I put myself on the LGBT tag, here's like a trans guy problem. I mean, it's an all guys, well, not all guys, but it's a common guys problem of I'm starting to lose some of my hair, and it's affected the way I style my hair. Like, certain things I used to do with my hair, not that I've ever super styled it, but I just always like mess with it like that, and it would usually do something that looked cool, and it doesn't as much now because I don't have hair, like, in the places where there used to be more hair. I don't know. I haven't worked it out yet, but something different is going on, and I need to slightly change, like, the way my barber cuts my hair and then how I style it. Yeah. I'm trying to catch up with some of these comments. Samantha asks if I'm a Marvel fan. I am so a Marvel fan. However, I mean, I read the comics on occasion, and I'm definitely a MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe fan, but they just put out so much these days. Like, I think I'm behind on the movies, let alone, like, all of the Netflix series and the network TV series. Like, there's so much to keep up with. I want to watch it all. I mean, I haven't even finished Luke Cage. Was there a season 2 of Jessica Jones? I'm so behind. And we've got Defenders. I haven't watched Defenders at all. Like, I haven't watched so much MCU stuff. Let's see here. Going back up to some questions. Oh, I am caught up on Gilmore Girls. In fact, I've watched lots of Gilmore Girls. I watched it all for the first time last fall. So that person must have known that. I watched it all pretty quickly. And it's one of those comfort shows for me now. If I ever want to, like, I don't know, just watch something that I've already seen before, I'll turn on Gilmore Girls, turn on some good Luke episodes. Kay, you were saying you would never go up to a fellow ginger and say that. Are you a ginger? I guess the way you phrased that, you are. Yeah, I don't know. Everyone's different. Everyone does things differently. accommodations NYU has for trans students. I would imagine good. I don't actually know off the top of my head. I wasn't super out while I was there. I was out to like folks at the LGBT center, but not out to the extent that I was gonna be requesting different housing. Um, I want to say that they've got to have some dorms somewhere with gender neutral housing or um, something like that. I don't know for sure. I would imagine that it is on their website if you look into all their housing options. The other thing is that you don't have to stay on campus. I think even your first year, I don't think you necessarily have to live on campus at NYU. Um, and so if that's a possibility for you to live somewhere off campus, it's usually cheaper. NYU um, is has very expensive housing. It's very expensive all across the board. But living off campus is sometimes cheaper. Um, as far as other like the way they treat trans students otherwise, I mean, just socially, like you're going to be treated fine. It's New York City. Like, I mean, not that everything is fine in New York City. A lot of trans people get killed here. But like, it's definitely, whoa, who just gave me all this pizza? That's great. Thanks, Sheba. 14,000 likes and it came in the form of pizza, at least on my end. Can you all see the pizza? Because this is awesome. I'm digging that pizza. I wish I had real pizza. I forgot my lunch today. Um, but anyway, I believe NYU, they have their own healthcare that you can sign up for, and I think that it covers hormones, probably. The one thing I'll say is if you're looking at NYU, also look at other New York City universities and colleges. Um, one of the biggest like advantages of NYU is just that it's in New York City, and New York City is one of the best places to be trans. We've got several, um, well, LGBT specific, but hugely trans specific, like healthcare centers in the city, all kinds of stuff. Oh, good. Quentin says we can see the pizza. Hey, Quentin, how's it going? Um, anyway, I've been talking about NYU a lot. um, hey, thanks for finding that great link for gender neutral housing. I mean, that's the other thing is I went to NYU 5 years ago. Well, I went 7 years ago. I graduated 5 years ago, so I'm sure a lot of things have changed and been awesome since then. Yeah, thanks for all the likes and stuff, guys. Oh, so also you like my sweater? I don't like this sweater at all. I mean, the Catcher in the Rye has its merits, but I don't like wearing a shirt that just like announces that I like Catcher in the Rye to the whole world. I think I bought this when I was like 19 and still really was into I don't know, I hadn't thought critically about Catcher in the Rye yet. Right now I kind of feel like Holden Caulfield is like OG fuckboy. But this is the best fitting and comfiest sweatshirt that I own. So I wear it on occasion and feel embarrassed by promoting Catcher in the Rye. Yeah, but this sweatshirt is from Out of Print, and if you don't know Out of Print, you should go to outofprint.com. They sell really cool shirts and sweatshirts and all kinds of accessories with like book stuff on them, books that are cooler than Catcher in the Rye. But when I was 19, I thought that this was a really cool book. Yeah. I also have a Sherlock Holmes one from them, which is cooler, except one, I got it a size too big, so it doesn't fit well, and two, it has guns on it, or they might not even be guns, but they look like guns. It's like some design that kind of looks like guns, and I'm like, I don't want to wear a shirt promoting guns. Yeah. But book related, who here has read or is reading Turtles All the Way Down? Because I read that last week, and I don't know. I personally, it's my favorite John Green book so far. Um, Sing something, little Ed. Oh my god, I am so not Ed Sheeran. He's a million times cooler than me. Oh, you know what? I should have been Ed Sheeran for Halloween. I mean, I guess I still could. Halloween hasn't come yet, but I already have a plan for my Halloween costume. Also, let me know what you guys are all gonna be for Halloween. I like had like writer's block on Halloween this year, like costume block. Like usually, I have so many ideas for Halloween costumes, and this year I just like could not come with it up with anything. I finally did the other day. I'm not gonna say what I am yet. Um, yeah, I was really like maybe I should just drop the one I came up with and be Ed Sheeran because apparently people think that's who I look like. Will it waffle plans for Halloween? So here's the thing I realized last night. Halloween is next Tuesday. So if I wanted to put up a Wednesday Will It Waffle video for Halloween, I should have done that today. And I didn't. So might not have a Will It Waffle thing. However, you should totally go back and look at my Will It Waffle videos from previous years. Uh, I really liked the one where I waffled pumpkin. That was a lot of fun. Um, and of course, any candy episode of Will It Waffle is pretty Halloweenish. Yeah, I'm trying to get better at this productivity thing, guys. Oh, that's why there's no new video. So, okay, first of all, I want to start doing you now more because this is fun. I like kind of talking to you guys like this, just like freely, not scripted, and not me typing on Twitter or something. Um, but second of all, I think I want to do them on Wednesdays because I think it would be fun on days that I actually post videos to kind of like just chat about the video that I posted and, some like behind the scenes things of like why I thought about making that video or weird things that happened, like whatever. I think it'd be fun to talk about and to hear your reactions more so than just the comments on the videos. Lucas, why do you keep saying that we should revoke Ed Sheeran's ginger license so he stays out of Ireland? Do you just not like Ed Sheeran? Is Ed Sheeran problematic? He seems like a cool guy to me. Whoa, Samantha, thank you for the bars. That is great. Thank you so much. Um, weekly crushes. What about weekly crushes? Is that a you now thing? I'm still learning you now. Like, remember on Tumblr when I think it was like a missing E extension where you could post your crushes, which was just like, I don't know, people you'd interacted with? I never even figured out the algorithm. Also, the fact that I talk about missing E for Tumblr tells you how long I've been on Tumblr. It's not Xkid anymore. Lucas just doesn't like Ed Sheeran. His songs are bad, sound fake Irish-ish. Fake Irish. Is he Irish? I thought he was English. I don't even know. I know so little about Ed Sheeran. I should learn more. People are going to keep telling me I look like him. I better learn more about him. Weekly crushes is not a you now thing. Okay, good. Now I know. Guys, I'm old. I really am. I felt in the past year that I'm starting to lose my touch with what the youngs are doing, which is real bad in this industry. Help me be cool. Tell me cool things that I should know. I look 22. That's pretty good. That's a lot older than I used to look, probably because I need to shave. Um, I am 27 and a half. I guess at 27, you shouldn't be saying and a half anymore. I know I do look super young. Everyone tells me that every day of my life. But I am old. I feel like Benjamin Button a lot of the time because I look so much younger than I am. Okay, so confirmed. Ed Sheeran is English. Colin just realized I'm older than Dan Howell and had a crisis. I have the same crisis whenever I remember that I'm older than Daniel Howell. Dan is not on fire. I think Phil is older than me, though. I'm pretty sure. Tyler Oakley is older than me, which makes me feel better. I've got like a year and a half to achieve as much as Tyler Oakley. But I failed at... Yeah. I think I watched Daniel's stream yesterday. She was saying Dan streamed here yesterday. I might have watched it afterwards. With Phil was on it too. I watched part of that while I was cleaning my room. Phil's 30. Yikes. Oh man. Does anyone remember? This was a long time ago. I don't think I really want to use their names. There's some YouTubers who are sort of outed as being terrible people. But there was a YouTuber who had been trying to like hide his age because he wanted to resonate with the youths and he looked a little bit younger. But he was turning 30 and he really wanted, like, anyone who knew all of his friends, he was like, don't tell people how old I am on my birthday. And then this other YouTuber posted an entire music video saying that he was 30, and it was a real douchebag move, but it was funny because both the YouTubers in question were total D-bags. So, yeah. Let's see. What do I think of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them? I really like it. I mean, I guess I could go back and watch the movie. I think I only saw it once, and then I read the screenplay, and I did really like it. I think it has a lot of potential. I think it would have even more potential if they uncast Johnny Depp, but that's another issue. But mostly, I mean, I like it because it's entirely written by J.K. Rowling. Like, she came up with the whole idea. So we got 5 movies that are all from her. You know, so like, I'm not a huge fan of the Harry Potter movies. I don't feel like any of them totally captured the books. Tone, humor, and like, just a lot of what I love about the books didn't make it into the movies. The movies were adaptations. The screenplays were adapted by other people. And with Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, J.K. Rowling wrote the screenplays. And it means that every idea she had wasn't from like a 700-page book that had to be condensed. Like, she already made it fit within a 5 screenplay arc. You know what I mean? Basically, just like, these movies have the potential to be really, really good. And I think the first one was pretty good. I think I liked it more than I thought I would. I was scared I wouldn't like it. Yeah. Oh. So this room I'm in, it's just a blank white room. That's a blank piece of paper. This is the blankest room you could ever be in. Still blank white wall. All blank white wall. Even here's the door that should be a window so you could see out into the space, but someone who was here before me just put all this scratch paper over the window so you can't even see in here, so no one can see me. But also when I was trying to get in, I thought someone might be in here. It is a very sad room. It's so sad. I meant to be home when I was going to do this, so it would just be a little more exciting. I don't know, the background and like things to do. But my schedule's real busy today. I had a lot of things I had to do here in the city. I've got a go-away party for some friends tonight, which is sad. They're moving away from New York City, and I'm going to miss them. And then after that, I have to go host trivia, which is a thing I do 2 nights every week, is I host trivia in bars. So, like, people at bars go and play trivia, which is a fun thing to do once you are old enough to drink. Which I don't know how many people in here are. Although someone... Oh no, Kay said they were surprised that I'm older than them. So, yeah. Does anyone else in the chat, like, look super young? Compared to your age? Or look super older? Like, doesn't it mess with your head? Because it really gives me a crisis sometimes of just, like, I don't know, the way people treat me and knowing how people perceive me and how it's different from my lived experience. Hey, Bree. Yeah, it is Geeks Who Drink. That is who I host trivia with. Yeah, okay, I am also bad at telling how old other people are, and not just because of, like, my age and how I look versus my age, which has started to be a problem, because there are people my age, like 27, 28, and I'm just like, this is real weird that we're the same age, because you look 15 years older than me. But also because both my parents look really young. Like, it's not just a trans thing, me looking so young. Like, it's in my genes. Like, both my parents look about 10 years younger than they are, which is great for them at 60, but also means that I have a very warped perception of what people who are 60 years old should look like. They look so young still. Actually, they're finally starting to look a little bit old, but it's taken this long. Noah, I feel you. Being 25, people think you're 12. If I shave, people think that, yeah, oh, it's bad. Hope, you said people from your high school look 40, but how how old are they? And they look 40. Because if they're 39, like, that's fine. But, you know, if they're 21, that's bad. Um, Claire asked for tips coming out in the middle of the school year as trans. Whew. I mean, here's the thing. I've never done that. I came out as an adult, you know, I came out when I was 25. So, in some ways, I feel like I'm not qualified to give that advice. But at the same time, I do a lot of work in the trans community and I talk to a lot of people and engage with a lot of people who have come out as kids or, you know, had all kinds of different experiences. So, I guess I know a little bit, can maybe say a few things. But in general, I always feel a little weird giving advice to, you know, trans or questioning kids in school because I never had to do that. I had to live as a trans person in school, but I wasn't out. So, I guess a lot of it depends on your school and depends, you know, the larger community you live in. Definitely educate yourself on the laws and the regulations. You know rights, know what you do have the right to ask for, the right provided for you. Um, you know, think about if you're going to tell your parents before your teachers. Do you have a school where if you don't tell your parents and you want to tell some teachers to use a different name or pronoun, are they then going to tell your parents? Which I think is stupid and maybe not has or doesn't have such a strong legal bearing, but like, you know, you're a minor, so they can. Um, I like just think all of those things through before you do it. And think about, you know, what you want. So make sure you know, like, do you want people to use a new name and pronouns? Do you want every teacher doing that? Do you want your name changed on the roll? um, I guess sort of know what your asks are. Do you need to be able to use a different bathroom, a different locker room? Do you even have to take gym class? I know there are a lot of schools where if you finished your gym credit, you're done. You know what? That might have been a thing I would have done if I was in high school, because I remember I did get my gym credits out of the way pretty early. And I think I would have seen if just like if emotionally, dysphoric wise, if I was able to wait until I was done with my gym credits, just so that'd be one less thing I have to worry about. But that's just hypothetically thinking that. Um, let's see. Going back to the age thing, Kay was saying that someone they thought was around their age of 23 turned out to have a teenage son. So I was at a party recently with some like fellow TED residents. I did a residency program with TED, like TED Talks, and I was one of the younger people who's ever done it. So just to get that out of the way, you know, most of the people in the program range from mid 30s to 70s. It's a very broad range. But we were at this sort of like alumni party, so lots of different people who had been in the program in years past, so not everyone knew each other. And I was talking to this one woman who's a friend of mine who had been in the program, and and then this other person who had been in the program like comes up and she didn't know me, and she goes, "Oh, Elizabeth, is this your son?" Which I don't think made me or Elizabeth feel great. In fact, Elizabeth probably felt a lot worse about that, because I mean, she does have teenage daughters, but they're like 13, um, and you know, I don't think she's even 40 yet. If she is, she looks great. She looks very young for her age, but this has happened to me a lot. Oftentimes, my friends get mistaken for my parents, and they're usually my friends who are like in their 30s. But some folks on YouTube and Instagram have even thought that my roommate is my mom, and my roommate is younger than me. She really does not appreciate when that happens. Um, Annalise asks about maybe starting to wear a binder to see if it helps with gender issues. I think you've already said in the chat, but I forgot, Annalise, um, if you are a teenager or if you're grown up, because that matters in terms of, you know, how you can get access to a binder. But I think in general, you know, anything that you are doing safely and you've done your research on. 21, great. I think that's how old I was when I got my first binder. No, I was 20, but still. So, you know, if you have the means to get a binder, try it. I think, you know, that's the most important thing. And if you are feeling uncomfortable with your gender, is to try out different things that might be a solution for you, might help alleviate things. And maybe it won't. You know, definitely don't go into anything thinking it's going to solve everything, because it might not. Everyone's different. Um, but yeah, if you have the means to try it, do so. Just, follow all the safety things. Get it from a good website like Underworks or GC2B. There's a lot of really cheap options out there. You might find them like eBay and Amazon, but they're usually not, one, not effective, but two, not safe. So use one of those trusted brands and uh, ease your way into it. Don't wear it for more than a couple of hours or even like 30 minutes the first couple of days. It's real hard to get on and off, and it'll constrict you a lot. You might have trouble breathing. This all sounds very unsafe. It's not the safest thing in the world, but these are the options we have right now. Worried about it showing that you're wearing one. I was worried about that too. It depends on your relationships with people. Like, I thought it was going to be so obvious just like walking out into the world and going to class that I was wearing a binder or like something. It's not like people are that familiar with binders. They just like, I thought people would notice something was up, and like no one noticed. The only times when people started noticing was like good friends of mine after they saw me several times and could tell like there's something different there, like it's flatter. A few of them made comments, but the only people who made comments were friends of mine who we had already had that type of relationship where we would comment on each other's bodies or clothing in that way because we had an intimate and trusted enough relationship like that. So they made comments, but no one else in my life did. I think with so many things with gender expression, caveat, this is more for transmasculine people, but we tend to think it's going to be a bigger deal than it is. And I think it is good to worry about it to a certain extent so that you're safe and you can maybe mentally prepare yourself for the worst possible situation, but oftentimes it's not as big a deal as we worry about it being. Hi, Allie. You said hi, so I said hi back. Hi, Assad. We're talking about height. Why is Jay Wilney saying? I mean, I appreciate your message that everyone's wonderful no matter height or weight. I just didn't know where that was coming from. I think I've missed some of the messages going on in here. Would I guest people in the future? You mean like on You Now? That is a thing you can do. I think I need to watch a tutorial or something to figure out how to do it. Maybe in the future. It might be a cool thing. Thanks for teaching me so much about You Now, by the way. Shiva Life. Looking younger related to height. Yep. Yeah. I think you are right. Height really does matter a lot there. I think if I were even just a couple inches taller, I don't think I would get assumed to be as young as I tend to. Because I think I really come off as just like a teenager right at the beginning of puberty who hasn't gotten his growth spurt yet. I think that's, to the everyday person. I just need to wear a suit more. I think if I like wear a tie and a briefcase instead of a backpack. Like, I don't dress particularly old because I don't usually work anywhere that requires me to. But whenever I have to dress nicer, I get treated so differently. I get a lot of sirs instead of boy, Wear a briefcase. I mean, instead of... I would wear it with clothing. I wouldn't just wear a briefcase. Noah, I'm there with you. I say I'm 5'4", but I'm more like 5'2.75". So it depends on the day. How much yoga I've been doing stretches me out. But yeah, being short. Here's the thing. I really like my size. I like that I can crawl up in places and stuff like that, but I guess I don't like my size relative to rest of the world or what my size communicates to people. I think if I could be at least 5'6", that would be really cool. Yes, Colin, people do actually refer to me as boy. I mean, more buddy and pal, I guess. I'm trying to think. It's usually older men. This is an interesting thing that happens when people think that you are a teenage boy. They assume that you are stupid and up to no good all the time. And they always want to teach you things. They want to tell you how things are done. It's like I just escaped the mansplaining when I was presenting as a woman, and it's a ton better. Absolute check my privilege. It is a ton better, but getting treated like a teenage boy, you get a lot of similar stuff, just sort of in a different direction, and not anything that's as harassing as what happens to women in femmes. Um, oh, Hope, you also live in New York City? What? But yeah, it is very true. I'm taller than so many men in New York City because I live in the most ethnically diverse county in the entire world. And it's like so many of those ethnicities are just en masse, like shorter. So yeah, I'm always walking by men that I am taller than. It's only like when I travel that I remember I'm short, or when I hang out with. No, even a lot of my friends. There's a lot of like cis and trans guys that are about the same height as me in my friend group. Um, it is infantilizing. It doesn't make me feel great about myself. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, thanks for the like, Carter Jackson. I like your name too. I'm probably gonna check out soon because I got a lot to do. The bummer about working in co-working spaces is that sometimes you come in and you try to get work done and people just talk to you a lot. So I had a lot of conversations happening today. But I like this you now thing. I think I want to try to definitely do it on Wednesdays, maybe at 3. I mean, it might need to adjust what time on Wednesdays, but I think I want to make it an every week thing on Wednesdays, but also maybe other times when I'm bored. Um, well, I'm number one on LGBT right now. Hey, what's up? Now I feel like I should stay a little longer, but I also gotta look at my watch and I have stuff to do. Um, have I read Percy Jackson? I have. I was actually talking to friends about this yesterday. I need to reread it. I've only read the core, like, first 5. I haven't read any of the extra ones, but thank you for the applause, Colin. I don't remember super much what happens, so I want to reread the original 5 and then read all of the extra ones that come after, because that's when it sounds like stuff was really getting good and like cool representation happening. I'm a big fan of Percy Jackson in theory and from my memory of it and from what I've heard. Okay. Wait, there was a second movie? I didn't even realize. I think I forgot. I must have blocked it from my memory. There's a Percy Jackson musical? Oh, I'm so behind on the Percy Jackson fandom. Wow. Okay. Well, I should check all that out. Can I drop links in there? I might link you guys to some things. Also, sorry I keep saying guys. I really need to work on that. On finding a gender neutral replacement. There are tons of them. There are tons of replacements, but for some reason, I tend to say guys a lot. I think I'm going to make a Halloween playlist of all of my most Halloweeny videos that I've made, and I'll like tweet it out. So make sure you are, if anyone here is new, make sure you're following me on Twitter at JackIsNotABird. Actually, it's just gonna link to my now if I type it in here. But what happens if I do that? There you go. That's my username on everything. Yeah, you can subscribe to me on YouTube, follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter. But on Twitter, I'll probably put out a playlist soon of all of my most Halloweeny videos. In lieu of me not making a Halloween video, Halloween is my favorite holiday, and I just feel like October has just blown past me. October is also LGBT History Month, and I haven't even done that much to celebrate that. It's just been a super busy month for me. My dad got married. I got sick. I've been on a lot of trips. I'm going out of town on Halloween. I'm not even going to be in New York City on Halloween. Fortunately, I get to do a couple of Halloween parties this weekend, but very sad. Although, anyone in here from from Chicago? Because I'm gonna be in Chicago on Halloween, and I think I might go check out Boys Town, which is kind of the gayborhood. Well, the cis white straight or cis white gay male neighborhood. When I visited, it hasn't seemed that inclusive of other people in the LGBT spectrum or any intersectional relationships there. But anyways, it sounds like it might be a fun place to check out on Halloween for a little bit. So I'm going to be there. I keep saying I'm gonna go and then I'm not, because you guys are saying cool things. The Purge thing in Union Square, like a promotional thing, for that show. Is that what you're talking about, Hope? Is it a show or is it a movie? I just remember seeing a trailer for something like that, and it seemed interesting, but I haven't checked it out. And I have not read Northern Lights yet. I want to, but again, I haven't read his Dark Materials series for a long time, like probably like 12 years. So I feel like I need to reread those before I read Northern Lights. And I've got a lot of reading to do because I'm doing the Book Riot Read Harder challenge, and I've got like 5 more books I need to finish. Um, okay, cool. Thank you for all of your information about the Purge and other things. You have all provided a lot of good information for me in this chat, actually. Shout out again to Elise. I don't. I know I have transferred your VHS tapes, but I don't remember how to pronounce your first name, so I apologize. But thanks for finding that gender neutral housing thing for NYU. Um, oh, hello from Australia. We've had Australia, Finland, and Ireland. What a great international stream. All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it this time. I'm actually going to leave. Um, I apologize for everyone who is just joining because I know I'm like trending in the LGBT tag right now, but I gotta go. I gotta go do work. Some of that work will hopefully be working on transmission, my podcast, and some of it will definitely be working on videos because I've got. That's the reason I don't have a video this week mostly, is because I'm working on big videos. Big in terms of lots of editing in them. So yeah. Um, yeah, thanks for all of you for joining. I'll be back again next Wednesday, if not sooner. But until then, you can follow me on all of the places at Jack is Not a Bird. So go have a fantastic day, everyone. Goodbye.